Oh, look, they're just look, my drawings are so pants. Look, that's supposed to be water coming out. This is why am I seeing Britney Spears of all people? Big exposure on a A-lister. Right, tell me about Trump. Is this the tariff prices? I can see pound signs, dollars, yen. Hello, my beautiful fluffy darlings. How are you? Welcome to, I feel like I'm going to say another bedroom guru. I'm still battling somewhat with my physical body. Inside, I feel absolutely divine. My wonderful friend Lindsay has done a geometric search and clearance of my house, my home, my curtilage. I'm going to give you more details about that in another video. It is truly phenomenal what she does, and I'm going to add her to the website to help you identify geopathic stress and all sorts of things that are held within your living space. So good, isn't it? But anyway, yes, I have been very busy, you know, with GSIC and MBS. Please, if you are waiting for replies, just hang on in there. And thank you. Oh my goodness. The interest in me doing my signed books has been overwhelming. So I'm going to get through those as well. At least I can just sit here and write and give you some beautiful messages. This is also available for the soul journals as well. So if you wish for a lovely message or to send it as a gift, please let me know. It'll be for a limited time because the demand for them ends up taking up all my day. So I thought while I'm sitting here not feeling great, it's my ears. There's an inner ear problem. It's just doing my head in. But I thought while I'm sitting here, I can write to you beautiful people and hopefully you can send these wonderful books to gift other people. I keep looking down because I've just linked up. Even though my physical body isn't playing, I'm just going to do a little experiment and see if I can link up. I have created a visualization. I have a connection with Archangel Gabriel, who wishes to impart information for humanity. I really hope that I can work to the deepest and best level. I will give it my best shot. As you've seen in recent weeks, many of the predictions that have come about have come to pass. Incredibly, we've just, I said that there will be a place that finds massive source of minerals. One's just been discovered, iron ore. Then we've had the huge, gigantic collapse of the ice mountain. I can't even remember where it all is now. To be quite honest, I'm just getting feedback from the girls in the office of all of the predictions you're sending in. Thank you for sending emails updating as well what's been going on in the world. There's just so many, but you know, we will be creating videos just to show what the angels have told us, which is wonderful. So without further ado, I'm going to be linking up and finding out if there's any messages for you as a collective. See where we are in the world. I have no clue what's going on in the world. I literally have either been sleeping or box setting it. The most recent one I watched was the Happy Face Killer. Just thought I'd let you know what I've been doing. So let's have a little look, darlings, and see what's coming about. Now, for some reason, I'm seeing large combine harvester, agricultural. I need to look into this and find out why I'm seeing agriculture. So I'm going to write agriculture and a question mark and let the squiggles do their thing. Archangel Gabriel, I please ask that you impart imagery and connection to find out why I'm seeing agricultural vehicles. Where, oh, bloody hell. Why do they always give me the doom and gloom? Right, because of the changes in the seismic shifts, changes in the planet, redoing its thing. Oh, hang on a minute. Okay. Is that north? Okay, hang on a minute. Hold that, hold that, hold that. I've been away for so long. They give me loads of stuff. Okay, so the harvesting times may change now due to the climate change and because of the change of, they're showing me the change of the needle, right? So I don't know if our magnetic north is shifting. I don't quite know how that works in the, you know, the geometric or astrophysics or whatever it's called. I don't know the big words. But I keep seeing that the magnetic north needle is shifting slightly. Potentially this could change seasons. This could change when we are getting our crops in. Now, noticeably, I feel like our farmers, God bless them, in all countries are needing to shift to this new way of being, but also they could be working extra hard because of bringing in crop before it fouls, or there could indeed be a problem with pests. I don't know if there's going to be a issue with pests eating, devastating crops, and I cannot see a country at the moment. Has Japan had its volcano, by the way? Just seen that. Can you slow down a bit, please? God bless. We may have news that there's been like an insect problem to do with crops. It's going to be some sort of major export country because it will have ramifications with other countries. Again, you know, it's not great. It doesn't exactly cheer us up, but they're acknowledging the spikes of energy that they need to work on. When I say they, I mean that, you know, the seraphim will sometimes go in, guard, help, do whatever they need to do. It's frequency changes to try and assist humanity that they try and assist. So potentially, just say if there's locusts, you know, that come across mass crops, they may come in and try and manipulate the frequency so that they direct them away from there. Do you see what I mean? The same with fires and things like that. Yeah, I sent an interesting email actually that Danny showed me about the magma fields under certain volcanic structures, but I've mentioned that before. The earth crust is currently having a form of change. I keep seeing it like rolling around and bits breaking away, and there potentially could be, I'll keep you updated on this, but the magma fields under various, like I think there was St Helens, is it Mountain Rainier or something like that. I will keep an update on that and ask the angel realms what's happening with that, because potentially there's like a tunnel-like structure underneath that could connect to all of them. At the moment, I don't want to panic. I feel that it's been like that for thousands of years or hundreds of years, but if there's anything that changes in that, I will let you know. I do feel though, do you know I kept saying about heated water a little while ago? I think it was the last video. I feel like potentially, oh look, they're just look, my drawings are so pants. Look, that's supposed to be water coming out. So that's a geyser, isn't it? So we may see updates of more geyser blows, more water combusting out to relieve itself. I kind of feel like there's pressure cooker areas and the geysers may be blowing hotter or stronger just to literally release some of the combustion that's taking place within the Earth's core. So again, I feel that this is more of a release as opposed to a potential disaster, if that makes sense. I've got blinking fruit flies. I don't know what's going on. I've got all of these blinking glasses with bananas in that you're supposed to have, but I don't know why I've got a load of fruit flies. Okay, so if I keep doing that, it's fruit flies, darlings. If you see anything fly by, it's them. Thank you. Who's this Brit? Why am I seeing Britney Spears of all people? Could be news around her. Just seen her flash in my head. I think that's more a psychic connection to the universe as opposed to Archangel Gabriel worrying about her. But I wonder if there's news coming up concerning her. There is another big exposure on a A-lister. God, I can't see who it is. How annoying. I can just see a spike of energy coming up, exposing someone else. And it does feel like, do you know, like we had the P. Diddy revelations, I kind of feel like there's going to be inquiry into someone. And it could, again, be like related to sexual harassment or, you know, sexual misbehaviour. See, they're showing me Kevin Spacey, but I feel that he's been dealt with for that, hasn't he? But I feel that either it's to do with a Hollywood name or it's the same levels of how he was investigated. Okay? That's me on my psychic level there. He always comes up, doesn't he, our Trump? Right, tell me about Trump. Is this the tariff prices? I can see pound signs, dollars, yen, euro. Right, okay. I feel like, I don't know anything about this, but obviously people mention tariffs in, do you know, sometimes I think that's Darren. I have one little fly that goes with me everywhere. And Darren could never not stop touching me. And I'm like, is that you? Be it like sending me a fly. Yeah, okay, thank you. So at the moment, things are trading routes, money management, agreements with other countries, tariffs that are set. There's going to be kind of like a rescinding environment going on there. So I feel that I'm setting things, but then I need to kind of compromise on them. That's what I feel. So there'll be continual talks and people from the various countries say, no, this isn't right. Okay. And so I feel that there'll be a pullback on things that have been set in stone. There may be things changed or rescinded concerning this. So I kind of feel like there's a load of rah to begin with, like I could see like the Five of Swords. And then it kind of going, oh, do you know what? I need to think about what I've done here. So I'm not feeling a mass panic. I feel like this will come back down to a level of management. We've done it. It didn't really work. We need to rethink it. So don't get too worried about that. I don't know if you in the US are having problems with housing, if housing prices are going up, or there's like a massive rise in people feeling more vulnerable in their homes and property concerning what moves have been made with the government. But I just keep feeling, do you know this pressure cooker that I saw in the geezers coming out? I feel like there's a bit of that going on with US citizens. I feel like you may be getting to a point where there's going to be lots of rallies or lots of we've had enough kind of, you know, get-togethers. I hope there's not a lot of violence there, but I just feel like there's going to be a massive rise in people revolting against the decisions that are being made at the moment. You will be heard. You will be heard, but it's going to take a bit of time. But I feel like there's going to be lots and lots of gatherings of discontent. Personally, I would keep your children away from these when you hear of them or know about them. I feel there's an escalation of this. It will come to a level of can't take any more, and then we will be getting into a stage of balance again. So US, you're in for a bit of a bumpy ride for a little while. Okay. Where is Charlestown? I'm so sorry. I don't know where that is. I'm going to have to Google it afterwards. What is Charlestown? There's still issues going on with oil. I don't know what this is about, but that's been highlighted again. I don't know if there's been tariffs or agreements. You know I don't know about this stuff to do with oil, but oil has come up again. Potentially this could go to such a heightened level that it could create, again, problems. I just keep seeing the Five of Swords. Chaos, you know, opposing views, fighting for power, and just discord at the moment. I'm sorry to deliver that to you. But, you know, I always try and look past the storm that's inevitable to see the rainbow, and it will bring out balance. Potentially, what's going on in Washington? New laws. So, thank you. So, I don't know if there will be new things set in place for more protection of the people, but this is going to take a bit of time. So, you've got to hang on in there, darlings. Stay in the light. And know that it all needs to be, it's like I can see a tangle of string, or do you know, like fairy lights, and you're like, oh my god, this is such a mess, but slowly they get untangled. And I feel this is where we are with the energy in the United States. There's also going to be more shifts with senators of your states. Not necessarily due to not necessarily just, sorry, I'm working a bit slower today, but they give me so much imagery because I haven't done this for a while, have I? So they kind of pile in. Not necessarily through, like, you know, they're in trouble or there's some sort of scandal. Just feels like there's power moves. There's different people being replaced. It's like pawns on the chessboard. But it will come good, but not yet. They're highlighting October, November. I don't know what's happening in Washington concerning this, but there seems to be, I don't know if there'll even be some martial law put in here, because I think you've had enough. And people are going to stand on the streets and say no. So I don't know what else has been implemented. I have no clue. But this is affecting China as well. So I don't know if this is again down to the tariffs, but I can see China being highlighted here. Something, yeah, I think the leader of China is not very happy with something. I don't know what the ramifications of that are. But there just seems to be a lot of people not happy and all at each other's throats. Do you know what I mean? I just feel this chaos ensuing. But I feel relieved with it. It's very much like the war in India. It felt like to me, I hope it did come to peace. I can't remember what happened with that. I remember doing the prediction. But it just feels like we've got to untangle the mess to then set it all straight, you know? Former Yugoslavia, it's Croatia, isn't it? Record highs. I don't know if this is to do with weather, heat. Something going on with the weather in Croatia. What? Again, it feels like heat. Water. Why do I keep getting that? Perhaps there'll be a drought or something like that. It's all been monitored. Everything that I mention is all known by the angel realms, our galactic friends. They all know and are trying to implement ways to make it easier. I'm going to ask about Gaza. See if I get anything back. Full of seraphim. So that means that there's still endless slaughter and war going on. Because they're, when I feel them in mass, en masse, it means that they're taking up lots of souls. Okay, something else is going in there. Because I've just seen, like, there's going to be more, I don't know if it's more countries invested in sending people out there, but I feel like there's going to be a move to bring in stronger, I don't know if there'll be more soldiers, I don't know how it all works, but it just feels like there's going to be strength brought into this area to help combat what's going on. There'll be more naval presence or not. I've just seen ships. Still continuing. I can't see an end at the moment. I'm so sorry to say. But I can see naval ships, or there may be more investment in trying to bring the peace there through other countries, providing military personnel, naval reinforcement. I keep seeing some form of combat on the coast. And I have no clue. Again, I'm so sorry, but I'm glad I don't know, because I want it fresh and organic and completely connected to the divine of my own energy and of the angelic realms, spirit world, and my ancestors. So I keep seeing the coast. I feel like there's some sort of advance through the waters of the coast going inland. So that may be the next battle, or it may be showing me that there is strength being brought to try and get hold of this situation, because I feel like it's going on too long. It's just endless, and I feel like there's some sort of plan, some sort of replay, some sort of strength coming in to try and get a hold of this situation there. Could you give me more, please? Thank you for answering that. Let's ask about Russia, Ukraine, please. Only if it's relevant to answer. Russia and Ukraine. See Putin's signing papers. What's that about? He's signing some agreement or official document, but he's going to go back on what he signed. Let me know in the comments below if any of these stuff makes sense, because it's your feedback that validates what they're brought through, because I won't. The only thing I'm going to Google is Charlestown just to see what that's about. Do you know what I also feel, right? I know this is really weird. I'm going to go back to Russia and Ukraine in a minute, but I'm going to say this before I forget. That I watched The Happy Face Killer with Dennis Quaid, and it's a very interesting look into the aspects of how the family of serial killers are affected, even though, you know, it's based on inspired by a true story, but it was interesting for them to show, you know, the views and how it affects families of serial killers that are normally tarred with the same brush. And I kept getting told while I was watching the whole box set is that there'll be a serial killer that that is as big as Ted Bundy and all the rest of them in America that's going to be found out soon. It's going to come to light. So there'll be, now first of all, they said Louisiana. I'm not sure about that. I don't know if it is Louisiana, but that's, I can't ignore what I'm showing. But there'll be a story that comes out of someone that has been getting away with it for absolutely ages. Young female victims. And so the good part of this will be that people will get closure of the people that have gone missing. Okay. But I honestly feel, and I thought, oh God, is that my imagination? Because I'm watching this. I think it's part of me that as a, you know, a retired police officer, as a detective, I wanted my whole life to just work on murder investigations. And I don't know, it touched me a bit, that series. But then I kept hearing one of those is going to be exposed soon. The man, there'll be a surprise. I feel that he lives quite rurally, quite a strong built man, older now because he's been doing it for a long time, perhaps in his 50s, not sure. But I just wonder if that comes to pass because it just kept niggling me when I watched that box set. Going back to Russia and Ukraine, please, Gabriel. Yeah, either he's going to breach something he's already signed or there's something he's going back on to do with a treaty or an agreement to do with paperwork. The problem we have here is nobody's grabbed hold of this because when we get him like pulling back, Ukraine then goes in and does what it needs to do. I do not know the politics around it. If this is the first time you've ever watched me, one, I'm normally a bit more, hello, but I'm not very well at the moment. And two, I have no interest in politics. And I also made a promise, excuse me, spirit energy, a promise to myself that I would never Google, watch the news or anything because I want to get this from source. So if some of these things are already happening, it's like, yeah, I wouldn't know because I cannot allow myself to be diluted with propaganda and media. I have to get it from source, or I won't do it ever again. There's another strike, so there's going to be another strike, which I feel from Ukraine. God, it's just, again, I'm seeing the Five of Swords in tarot. It's still, I still haven't got it coming to an end at the moment, I'm afraid. Want to become more aligned with yourself? Want to understand what cards you're drawing? Connect with your inner child, reflection, gratitude, and affirmation prompts? Want to really monitor your spiritual growth and see how far you're going? Look no further than these best-selling soul journals that are available now on Amazon. If you look on the inside, there is writing space, affirmations, and loads of other ways for you to help yourself in your well-being, mental health and spiritual growth. For the best soul journals out there on the market now, look no further. Are you getting floods in Australia and New Zealand? I've just randomly looked at Australia and New Zealand, and New Zealand I was looking at, do you know all the beautiful mountains? I have to go there one day. Like the Lord of the Rings where it was filmed, I just see really heavy rain and flooding. Hope I'm wrong. Let me know. Yeah, okay. The reason being is that, yeah, thank you with love. Everything that I bring up concerning these weather disasters, it's all about the fact that we have from thousands and thousands, millions of years ago, have always worked on frequency. We are made up of light, sound, frequency and colour. Frequency is in everything. This pen, this book. It doesn't have to be live and breathing. And frequency is what makes everything work. You know, when you even use a TV remote control, when you use your phone, you don't appreciate the fact that the light emanating from that phone to connect to a tower is a frequency. And it makes me laugh how people totally trust microwave frequency, you know, VHF, UHF, whatever frequency, music, sound, whatever it is. But then when we talk about our own frequencies, people go, no, that's not right. Of course it is. We are connected in a mass network of frequency that connects us to different beings or different entities or different multiverses, dimensions. And when frequency starts to change, ascend, bend, it's quite malleable, starts to change, then everything will change with it, and then it will settle. This is exactly what's going on here, which I've been told I need to impart to you. I feel like I'm speaking quite well today, so I've got Juliana's with me, or I'm in pure angelic energy, because my vocabulary tends to get a bit more sedate. I tend to be more informative without my naughtiness and my minxiness. And this is where I feel that I'm now sitting in that beautiful bronze gold energy of Gabriel. Thank you. So this is, I know that I have said this before, but the frequency change of our planet, there is definitely something changing with that magnetic north thing. Even, I suppose, a shift of a minute degree would put everything out of kilter. And yeah, I'm seeing like space and planets and the solar system. So yeah, there is shift going on with the planet, and we've got to appreciate that and do our best to send our frequency where it's needed. And as I've also mentioned before, I will be doing live sessions where we'll be able to do that, but I have to wait for my health to get back to normal. For me to do a collective shift of frequency, intent and energy to where we need to put it across the planet. Happy days. Reporting from the world of Ariel. I have been obsessed with bees lately. I have been obsessed with them. And please create bee baths, create a little sugar and water bottle ready if a bee seems like it's tired. We are at a very, very critical level of us killing our bees. If we don't have the bees, we're not here. This is a massive thing at the moment. I literally think about it all the time. I see it in synchronicity all the time. Everything that you can create in your backyard, do it. Everything you can create in your garden to bring in the bees, the butterflies, you know, the bee baths. All you need is just a dish with rocks in so they've got somewhere to stand while they drink. If you see them in trouble or they look tired or they're just sitting there, sugar and water. For goodness sake, don't give them honey. A couple of people at a time, they give them honey. Don't do that. Sugar and water. Google the right mix and just have that available just to give them tiny little drops if you find them. Again, I've mentioned this before, but it seems that they're more dehydrated. They're struggling. I don't know if it's because they're lower numbers and they have to do more work. I don't know what's happening, but please do everything you can to look after our bees. It's massive at the moment in my consciousness all the time. Never felt so. And I did have 6 days in a row where I was literally, I rescued a bee every single day from the house. 6 days in a row. 7 would have been better number, to be fair. But yeah, massive at the moment. And one of you beautiful people got me a bee pendant at the MBS. I'm gonna find it and dig it out. I haven't even unpacked the boxes yet because I've literally been on my arse. But yeah, I'm going to put my B pendant on. Love it. Thank you so much. So many people bring gifts, and I need to do a list, I think, of who gave me what, because there's so much stuff in there and it's just incredible. So thank you. Thank you. Ariel's influence combined and conjunct with Gabriel concerning our diets. A reminder, if you didn't see the last video, that your dietary needs, wants may change. You may want to eat lighter. You may want to not suddenly eat meat. You may suddenly want to just not have a certain food. This is all part of a transitional process that you need to be reminded of as I sit here blending with the angelic realms. That's a Muslim. What's going on there? Why I'm sitting here talking, I've just drawn a beautiful hashmak. What's going on there, please? Does anybody know if there's going to be a launch? Keir Starmer's on his way out as well. Come on now, how long is that going to take? Have we had any new laws concerning religious headwear? Show me more, please. Could potentially be relating to the Muslim faith. Not sure what that's about. All I can see are beautiful people walking along with their Muslim apparel. Sorry, I can't get any more on that. If anybody knows what that's about, let me know. Yes, solar lights, solar flares are going to bring potentially more headaches, more potentially problems with digestive issues, but we will be seeing more of those, as well as northern light type exposure. Some will be natural, some will be reflecting what's going on below the surface of the earth. Yeah. Yeah, Yellowstone, because that's a hotbed of it, isn't it? When they showed me Kevin Costner though. Yeah, I'll monitor that. I will monitor that. Sorry, you're going back to the Northern Lights. Solar flares. Even, yeah, it's the same as before. They're just maintaining the status of it. UFOs, celestial events, they're going to keep on coming. Moon energy is so much stronger than it's ever been, and I don't know why. Please make sure that you do your various ceremonies under the new and full moons. I've just seen Sagittarius. I don't know if that's relevant. For anybody who's astronomically gifted, let me know. I don't know what Sag means to do with moons and celestial events. Got no clue, but I've just said Sag. They, as in, I feel Ariel's come in, blending with Gabriel. Yeah, it just feels like there's some stronger pull to the moon. I don't know if it's because of the frequency changes or there's more strong allegiance to that frequency of the moon, but it really is so much more powerful. Look at the power of what it does already with the tides. I would certainly concentrate more on energies. Perhaps now work with balance, equilibrium. establishing your strengths, establishing your plans under the next full moon, strengthening your foundation, your boundaries. Thank you. And getting your crystals. If you live in a place that's, you know, fair weather, then by all means get your crystals out under the full moon, or put them in your windowsills, in your porches, so that the moon can give them a good old vibe up. Don't forget to charge your crystals under the full moon if you can, if it's not a huge chore. Bears. I'm seeing black and brown bears. Whatever countries they frequent, straight away I'm seeing Canada, but bears, what's happening with that? Do you know the feeling I got about there were new laws to protect animals, and then there's a couple of things that came up, weren't there? I wonder if there's something coming in concerning bear conservation, because it feels the same as that same vibration I felt with the other animals we've looked at, sea creatures and whales, dolphins, the greyhounds. Let me know, darlings, if you are in bear country. Let me know. Beautiful creatures. Yeah, the ripple effect, we'll jump back to the tariffs again. The ripple effect of this is we're going to see certain things missing on our grocery store shelves. I don't know if it's just down to the tariffs, but I don't know what's going to happen, but for some reason there's things going to be missing on the shelves. I don't quite know what's going to create that, to implement that, but there may be short, because of agreements or certain connections with countries. I don't know if it's to do with exporting, importing. We could start seeing things a bit scarce on the shelves for a while. General things. Pears. What? I don't know why I'm seeing pears. I don't know what that's about. Could be to do with fruit, import of fruit, tropical fruit, and normal household goods. Yeah, let's see where we go with that, because okay, is that Ariel? Yep. And again, it's part of the tangled fairy lights. Also, I've just drawn a spider. So this is Ariel's influence on the fact that please don't kill your spiders. One, it's really bad karma. Spiders represent spirituality. They've got 8 legs. It's the infinity symbol. They normally show themselves to you when you're on a spiritual path or you need to learn something spiritually. They are killing and eating all of the stuff you really don't want in your house. Please just get them removed. Don't kill them out of fear. They are just... They have just as much right to be on this planet as you do. Don't know why I'm saying that. I don't know if there's a benefit to having them. Now, I know that all of you in Australia are going to be like, are you joking? When you see a huntsman. But I think you have ways of just getting them out, don't you? You know, I don't think you kill them. I think you just get them out. I don't know how I could bear living there, to be fair, dealing with that. I'd bloody love to, though. I'd love to be in that climate. Beautiful country. But that's just come up as well. I've never felt so connected to animals and all creatures since this recent awakening. It's not recent, but my second awakening. It's like I'm even really struggling with the fact that I've got a glass. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. I'm even struggling with the fact that I've got a glass with a banana in and that fruit flies are going to go in it. Come on now. Come on now, Snow White. Get a grip. Okay. Anything more for me, please? Publication. What about publication? There'll be a noticeable amount of dropping in publications, perhaps due to the fact that we're tending to go very digital. So I feel there'll be movements in trying to keep literature in paper, in book form. So there may be something coming out to push that. Because digitally, I just wonder how many children nowadays, how many teenagers, children actually do have a physical book. So something's come out about that. I already mentioned that before, talking about AI. I've already mentioned that last time. Anything more, please? Anything more? Major cartel bust. This feels South America. Be news of that. So I think they're going to completely thwart a transport link there, coming out from there, possibly Colombia. Just another bit of psychic spike stuff. Yeah, the frequencies that are coming in at the moment to do with the Ascension, especially on that dragon frequency, transmuting all this 3D into 5D and slowly getting us up to that consciousness we need to be in to deal with these frequency shifts of the whole planet and obviously everything else out there. You are going to be so much... I know I keep saying it, but they want me to back it up again, to say that you will see more, you will predict more, you'll get more prophetic dreams. So get those journals at the side of your bed. People will suddenly want to know more and more about spirituality, celestial events, galactic energy. It's just going to be this whole plethora. It's all still happening. And again, it's encouraging. And we're going to get this new shift of children being more revered, more listened to, more facilitated to do with their memories of their previous lives, to do with their telepathic and psychic abilities. So there's going to be a continual exposure of these light children, which is getting bigger and bigger as well. So you most will see more of that being reported. And perhaps institutions setting up or places to set up for these children to feel safe, to show what's going on, you know, display their abilities, that kind of thing. Yes. Welcome to the new world of the children of the light. And incredible that that's in my book that I wrote 11 years ago. It's just fantastic. I'm just going to end up writing about 50 books, and I've just nearly finished book 2. It'll be out soon. Bit of a delay because I'm laying here like a sack of poo. I feel amazing inside. It's just my body's like, yeah, just keep writing the next books of prophecy. Perhaps I could be the next Nostradamus. God help us. Right, anything more? I can feel my old self coming back and me not talking as nicely. We're coming back to Nikki. At the moment in the UK, I don't know what it is for everywhere else, but there are limits to how much money you should have in each bank account. Please make sure you keep to that limit and then open another bank account. Here, I think it's 85,000 that the FCS cover you for. I think it's FCS. Just popped in my head. Is it? I don't know. Can you make sure you're looking after your money there? Again, I don't see any shift at the moment to do with the digital currency. No shift on that. Thank you. Hang on in there, America. The housing money situation will be heard. Hang on in there. Do you know, I'm still always drawn to Turkey. There's so much under that bloody country that needs exposing. There's definitely old megalithic, is that the word? I don't know the words. Something coming up there. I know we've had the earthquakes. I know we've had like the weather stuff, but there is something going on under that country from thousands, millions of years ago. There is so much ancient history bubbling under that country. It will come. It will come. Greece. Why am I bringing up Greece? Wonder if they find anything under the Acropolis, like I mentioned with the pyramids. Perhaps they might identify that the ratios of it are on par with something else that's been built across the other side of the planet, or there's some sort of structure under the Acropolis also. Because I'm telling you, 100% there is under the pyramids, without a doubt. They are all aligned. They are all in ratio to each other. They are all resonating on the same frequency. No matter where they are in the world. Acropolis, see what comes up with that. Yeah, and the Sphinx as well. And the, what's Hades? Is there Gardens of Hades? Is there Hades? Oh, God, I don't know. Someone fill in the gaps below. Who knows? Why am I bringing up Hades? I don't even know what Hades is. Isn't Hades, isn't that a god of fire or something? Oh, my God. Okay, so this is how they show me. I don't, bless them. Right, so do you know, like Indiana Jones and that he goes to that temple where it's just that huge door. Where is it? It's real. Oh God, I don't know what, can't remember what country it's in, right? And they go in and it's just like in the desert and it's that big doorway. Oh God, it's really bugging me what it's called. Anyway, they show me all these different structures around the world that are like thousands and thousands of years old. And there's going to be something joining them all together, which will come through our disclosure, if you like, through our, hang on a minute, history isn't quite right. There's something going on. I don't think it's coming out yet, but we're slowly getting there. You know, we're slowly getting there with like UFO stuff, slowly getting there with various things that are coming out, but there's going to be something to do with historic ancient structures. Again, it's just pinning it all together and going boom. I won't be able to deny it once it's out. And it's like that place in Cambodia. For goodness sake, I'm so sorry, I can't remember. I've been there. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. All those sort of structures, there's going to be something connected to all of them. And that will be one of the biggest discoveries of humanity. It's coming. You know, where they filmed Lara Croft. It's only known through films, isn't it terrible? God, I can't remember the name of it. It's mostly because I'm still halfway up there. No. Yeah, same as Chichen Itza. I know that because I've been there. Something connects them all together. Interesting. There's lots of awakenings, disclosure. There's just so much coming. It's just brilliant. Okay, bless you. Darlings, they're pulling me back because they know that I'm not working on full beans at the moment. I just really felt a need and a want. One, to, you know, connect with you all. And two, just to get up and go up into their realms and just see what's knocking around Earth at the moment. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm going to rest up now. I've got loads of books to sign anyway. So I'm going to have a cup of tea and I'm going to get signing my books. I thank you for your time, Gabriel and Ariel. I think Julianis was there in the background. I'm going to Google Charlestown because that's really bugging me what that's about. Should I though? Yeah, I've got to. I just want to know. That came right out there and I want to know what that's about. But please, as I always ask, fill in the gaps of what I do and don't know concerning all of the things I've brought up. Some are just simple little psychic spike connections and others are huge and others are just what the angel realms are noting and working around. So really hope you've enjoyed this session. I will get back to myself soon enough. I just need to get rid of this inner ear thing that's going on and this head pain. I don't know what's going on. Certainly feel better and it's been lovely to connect with you. Until the next time, thank you for your love and support and let me know in the blue comments what all this is about. God bless.